Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. It is Tuesday Tarot. I wasn't sure I was actually going to get here today, so I'm coming au naturel. I'm not wearing one stitch makeup, but I was feeling called and compelled to be here with you because I feel like it's been a minute, and I wanted to sit and have a little chat. I really want to thank Chrissy at the Ruckus Room. We've been putting out, I feel like, some really good podcasts, kind of letting people know what I do and bringing messages of spirit through to help those, because that's what spirit does, is they bring message through that are going to hopefully be beneficial to you. So the last podcast we did was Monday night, last night, and it was supposed to be live. It ended up being recorded. So I hope that if you get a chance, you'll get to look at that. That will be posted at Flagler Voice here on YouTube, and I will share that out as soon as I am able to. But I want to just let you know that we will be together next Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Ruckus Room. YouTube.com/@Flagler Voice, and that will be live. You'll be able to call in. Also, I think that you'll also be able to, just like this live, I feel like you'll be able to comment questions. I think that's what we're shooting for, but it's been a learning curve. There's been a little bit of a learning curve, and that's okay. It's going to go well. It's already reaching those, the intention's always who need me find me. So that has been continuing. So I wanted to just put a shout out to the Ruckus Room. Really enjoying my time being spent there. So Tuesday Tarot, I pull as one free card for as many people as I can. I know I didn't really put it out there today that I'd be going live, so I don't know how many people will actually find me because I am streaming, so it doesn't hit the algorithm for YouTube right now because I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you find this, you like it, please subscribe. If you're someone that has been showing up and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. That really, really does help me. But so yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I did the June monthly. So I thought what I would do is I would start with a general reading for this week, the very first week in June, and see what spirit wants to bring through for what's going on this week, what the energies are for us this week. So I'm actually just going to dive in with the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Rayleigh Valentine, and then we'll get some advice to go with it. So this is going to be a general message for everybody. For those of you here live, those of you on the replay, this will be for this very first week in June. So I'm going to do this. And then if you are coming in live and would like me to draw a card for you, please just drop a comment. And I'll know you're here and that you're wanting a card after I get done with this reading. Okay, so let's see what the angels want to bring through for a message for all of us to get us started. I'm just going to pull them all, guys, and then I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one. Okay. So let's just tune into this energy. Something is coming in this week. Something is coming in this week. There's going to be some kind of reward, something showing up that gives you validation that you're on the right road, you're on the right path, things are going well. And it might even be an internal shift. I'm feeling like Archangel Gabriel is coming in to help you really hear that inside voice, that spirit-inspired action that's being brought to you by your spirit guides, by Archangel Gabriel, but your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters. Because I feel like this week they're bringing something in, which is like an epiphany or an aha moment, where you've been letting something slide far too long. That sometimes we show up thinking that other people around us are showing up with the integrity that we have, with the kindness that we have. We expect them to be what we're giving, and that's just not who they are. And so there's something this week that is really being revealed to you. And I feel like Archangel Gabriel is bringing this to you this week, that there's something you've just been letting fester, and now it's time to do something about it. So the Fool card, a new beginning. So a new beginning in a situation that's been plaguing you, that's not been going well, that, again, the people or the situation isn't showing up the way you are. They're taking your kindness for a weakness. Maybe they're making you feel a little bit like a fool or foolish for believing in them, even though they keep telling you, yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to come through. Yes, I'm here for you. Yes, I support you. Yes, I love you. Yes, whatever, right? But their actions are not matching the words. And so I do feel like there is going to be some impetus, internal or external, this week that's going to help you move on, or move through, or move forward with a situation that has been really, it's just been dominant in your vibration because you're just ready for it to be resolved, or you're ready for it to be addressed. So this could definitely be a relationship situation where the person just has not stepped up to the plate, or you've kind of put out there what you need, or they're just not being as honest as you would be in the situation. And so sometimes it's not outright lying, but it's lying by omission. They're not being outright communicative or honest. So what's coming in this week is that epiphany and that reason to move forward in the way that you feel right for you, because you're protected. Whatever you decide to do, however you decide to resolve the situation, internal or external or both, you are protected. So this is the week that it's time to take movement on a situation, whether you're deciding for yourself that you just have to move on, or you're deciding for the situation that it's not okay. It's not okay being not being honestly communicated with, not being vulnerable. Like the other person or the situation not being vulnerable with you, like not trusting you with their vulnerability, because they don't want to step up to the plate. They don't want to come through on a promise that they made, or they're not able to. And sometimes that's what it comes down to, is the inability. So sometimes we just have to give grace, but keep going in our new direction, right? With the Fool card here showing up, that something is it's time to move on. Yep. So ask your angels for helpful people this week. Ask your angels for the helpful people this week. And, for some of you, it might be a situation where you need an agency, or you need not giving medical advice or legal advice, but you might need a professional, a doctor, a lawyer, somebody to kind of help you move on. So ask your angels who the right helpful person would be. And for some of you, it could be a counselor. For some of you, it could just be a best friend. It might be a family member, just somebody that can come in and kind of give you that emotional or financial or physical support that you need, because you're coming into this week, whatever the situation is that's getting resolved, it's bringing you the stability that you've been praying for or wanting. So stability is on its way this week. So I feel like whatever you're resolving in the first half of the week, the second half of the week, things really start to feel much more safe and stable. So being the emperor in your own life, taking the leadership role, allowing the situation that's been plaguing you, or it's just been going on far too long, this is the week where big movement is made, and it's bringing you happiness, and it's bringing you stability, and it's bringing you relief. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's time for you to have that relief, for you to not continue to let your kindness be seen as a weakness. We can't change anybody else, right? So you staying in it, you trying to be beneficial, you trying to be helpful or patient, there just comes a point where you're just being taken advantage of. And I feel like there's something this week that energy is stopping. It's just stopping. It's some clarity or aha moment that you're coming into, or you're just walking away from a situation, but you're done. You're done being feeling like a fool. And it's not that you are a fool at all. You were honestly staying in it because you had some positive emotion around it. Maybe it was a person that you loved. Maybe it was a situation that you just believed was going to work out for whatever reason. And the proof is in the pudding. The actions do not meet the promises, do not meet the words. And so, yeah. All right. I'm going to get some advice here. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Melissa. After this, I will start pulling cards for you ladies and anybody else who joins us. So if you are here watching, a card for you. I will pull one free card for as many as I can fit as soon as I get done with this. So this is a general reading for all of us for this week, very first week in June. Uriel, learning experience. Yeah, take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. Yeah, this situation, whatever it is, that's coming to some kind of resolution this week, whether you're resolving it, they're resolving it, or you're just letting it go, right? It's a learning experience. What can you really look, because again, we can't change anybody else, but we can change ourselves, right? So what were you holding on to that even though there was a part of you going, it's not there, they don't have it, right? They don't have the patience, they don't have the financial, they don't have the willingness, there's something in them that's keeping them from being able to come forward or to hammer out the deal, I'm hearing. So call in Archangel Uriel to help you to really, what was the blockage in me that was not allowing me to speak up for myself, was not allowing me to expect or I don't want to say demand, but there's definitely something here about you just kept believing. You just kept believing and trusting. And there was a part of you going, it's been going on too long. Something's not right in the state of Denmark. They're not being as honest as you think they are, right? So, yeah, take a look at that, because you also have Lady Portia coming in, overcoming limitations, karmic release, let go of the need to be right. And so for some of you, that's what this has been about. You've been holding on to this idea that I'm right, they're wrong. And Lady Portia's coming in going, let it go. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Even if you are right, what matters is that you move away from the situation that just doesn't serve you. And it's time to release this because it's karmic. It's something that is a blockage that's been following you for a very long time. And it's now time to let that go. So whether it's just the need to be right or the need to be so non-confrontational, whatever it is. But Lady Portia is coming in to ask you to stand up for yourself and to help you to do that in whatever way that looks like. And Thoth, divine magic. The teacher awakens. The student becomes the master. Yeah, I do. I feel like there's something in this situation this week that you do. You really come into mastery. You really come into, okay, I've been in this situation before. I've been the nice person, the non-confrontational person, the people pleaser. I've been the person to do the things, take care of the things. And Thoth is coming in going, you've been here before. You know how this ends. And you know now how to resolve this for yourself and for the situation in a way that you don't have to have the fight. You don't have to have the confrontation, right? You just know they are where they are energetically, whether they're in their resentment, whether they're in their greed, whether they're in their anger, their grief, whatever it is that's holding them back, right? Whatever is keeping them stuck and stagnant, not your problem. But you know that you can just pull yourself out of the situation and go in the direction you need to go in. And you just take your energy out of the situation and let the chips fall where they may, even though that's the thing that you've been fighting against all this time in the situation, is for things to not work out in the best possible way. But it's gotten to the point where you know that's not going to be the situation. That's not what's going to happen. So you're going to have to pull your energy out and let them or the situation figure itself out. That you've done all you can do. You've been the light. You've been the cheerleader. You've been the champion. You've been the helper. You've given the grace. You've given the love. And you're still at the bottom of the barrel in despair. They're not coming through. They can't come through. They're blocked from coming through for you. And now it's time to pick up yourself, know that you've mastered the situation, and you're going to move on. And that's what I feel like we're going through this week, honestly. So I feel like the end of the week is going to be very different than the beginning of the week. So I feel like tomorrow, for some of you who haven't already had the epiphany, I feel like tomorrow might be the day. And possibly Thursday, I'm hearing. But by the end of Friday, Saturday, it feels like you're going to know what direction you want to go in and how to get there. So I hope that resonated. Thank you for being here. All right. Welcome. Welcome, ladies. All right. So I am using the Archangel Power Tarot card by Bradley Valentine. Know that in these group readings that if something resonates for you, whether you're here live or on the replay, whether the reading is specifically for you or not, if something comes through that really touches your heart, just know that that message is also for you. All right. And also Spirit is going to bring through the messages that you need, not necessarily what you want. So please, if it's a message that you're really not sure of, sit with it. Sit with it. And it might be something that gets revealed in the very near future too. So that's kind of how we roll here. All right. So thank you for being here. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with integrated energy therapy. And if you want more information on me, my website and description details are in the description box down below. All right. So here we go. Deborah. The 10 of Michael. A situation has ended, and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So Archangel Michael is coming in, Deborah, to help you find your strength, to step into your power. It's time to stand tall. It is time to be seen. It is time to be heard. It feels like you have people around you that, or in the past, who have not valued you the way that you deserve to be valued. And so you played small. You stood in the background. You didn't make waves. And Archangel Michael is here to say, nope. You are special. You are needed. The energy that you're giving off is so kind and so loving and so beautiful. And you've had people around you who have been vampiring it off of you. They've been using it for their own nefarious ends. And it's time to cut those cords. And I feel like these are people that are very close to you, that you love very much. But sometimes in our trying to be beneficial, whether it's friends, family, children, best friend, whoever it is, right? We love them so much. But sometimes our wanting to help them so much that it puts us in a negative deficit, whether it's energetic deficit, financial deficit, emotional deficit, right? We end up giving from an empty cup because we're just giving and giving and giving because we just love them so much and we want them to do so well. But what we sometimes don't realize is by helping them that much, we're not allowing them the opportunity to grow and evolve. Because unfortunately, change only comes through having to, hardship, bumping your nose on the wall, right? So yeah, we can try to mitigate that bump, how hard they bump their nose. But to some extent, I feel like that's what you're up against right now, is kind of letting someone or people in your life who have been undervaluing you go in their own direction and figure it out on their own. Because here's the thing, they're not figuring it out from this vacuum, right? They're figuring it out from this place of, you've given them so much help. You've shown them so many times in so many ways in how to help, that if they use those lessons, they could help themselves. The problem is they keep wanting you to step in and perform those tasks that they need to be performing for themselves, right? Yeah. And this is how you get to the new opportunities of happiness. Because right now, part of this being that you're giving from this empty cup is those new opportunities. They're in the ethers. They're in the matrix. They're there for you, but they haven't been able to drop into your experience because energetically you've not been a match, because you haven't had enough of your own resource, your own cup filled, right? So when you're energetically depleted, right, when there's big gaps in your auric field, when there's big gaps in your energy, when you just are, it's tired at the soul level. It's not even tired at a physical level. Physical level probably to some extent, but that soul level, like even lots of sleep doesn't change it, right? You're still tired at the soul level. And that's why it's time for you to fill up your own cup, so that you can allow your cup to get so filled that you can start to draw in the desires of your heart and manifest the things that you truly, truly want in your physical experience, right? Those are the new opportunities that are trying to get to you. All right. So thank you for being here. I hope that resonated. Hello, Melissa. From one Melissa to another. I got a little parched all that talking. You're welcome, Deborah. You're welcome. All right. Melissa. You got two. You got two. So let's see what they are here. Well, they're both really good cards. So you got the Three of Raphael first. That was the first one that I saw. And it says, reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So yes, I feel like there's something about community coming back to you. It almost feels like some kind of group that you're either reconnecting with. I do. I feel like it's a group that you're reconnecting with, and I feel like they may be a group of old friends or a group of, yeah, like a group you were formerly attached to. And it feels very friendship based. Yeah, a lot of camaraderie. And then the other card that you got was the Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. So I could almost read this as you're going back to some kind of work situation, or working with someone that you formerly worked with. But it is a new beginning. I do feel like you're having a new opportunity around money, the ability to make money, people you make money with. It could even be that you're going to be working with someone that you formerly worked with, but you work with them in a new way. That's the other thing that's coming up here for me. So I feel like where you've kind of been blocked with opportunities or financial support, I feel like that's opening up for you. And so whatever's presented to you, and it feels like it may be something presented that, I mean, it just feels like it's going to be outside of your comfort zone to some extent. Might ask you to make some kind of change, but I feel like that's what you're needing. You're needing kind of this revamp in your energy to be challenged a little bit. Like the complacency, it's comfortable, right? It's comfortable, you know it, but to have the promotion or to have the bump in money or to have the higher pay or whatever it is, or the ability to make more money, it feels like you just taking this step is going to get you that, what you're wanting, the more the way in which to make money in a different way, but around someone that you trust, that you've worked with before, that has proven their loyalty. Interesting. So I hope that resonated. Yeah. Interesting. Good stuff. Thank you for being here. Welcome. I don't know if I've pulled before for you. So welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, here we go. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you? Let's see what we got from Miss Lori Jordell. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Just giggling to myself, Lori, because it's like, even though you thought retirement was going to bring you this, it's almost like ability to deflate, to like really like settle down into doing you, right? But sometimes when we do something that we really enjoy and we really love, and it's really not work, right? We miss it. And I think I'm resonating with you with that tonight, because I there was a part of me that was like, I'm not going to do Tuesday Tarot. I didn't put makeup on today. I've had a busy weekend. I had family up from the South very unexpectedly. It was awesome. We had a great time. So I was a little tired today. And so I actually did some deep cleaning in my kitchen, which needed it badly, like embarrassingly badly. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going with that? I don't know. All right, Lori, here we go. Oh, good. I'm glad you are. Oh, yeah. So that's what I was feeling. Like, even though I was tired, even though I didn't have makeup on, I was like, I love what I do. So I wanted to be here. So that's where I was going with that. Okay, here we go. Let's pull Miss Lori a card. All right, Lori, I don't know what's going on, but you got a whole pile, and we're going to go with it. Spirit's got a message for you, and we're going to deep dive. We're going to deep dive. I'm going to start with the 3 that fell out, and then you got 3 that fell on top. So I'm going to look at them. Oh, I love it. Kind of what we were talking about, because the first card is everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So everything happens for a reason. So yeah, you had a plan and then the plan changed. And I think for some of us, we get so caught up in our plans that the idea of changing them, like we feel like something's wrong. We feel like, or we're embarrassed, right? But I feel like that's what Spirit is kind of validating for you, because then you got stability and material. So look at that. And to be honest with you, if you didn't watch, go back on the replay and watch the first 17 minutes. I did a general for the week reading. And actually the Emperor card with Archangel Uriel came out. And that's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like even though you made this change, Spirit's validating that it was the thing that was going to bring you the stability that you needed, that you weren't quite ready. Not having sometimes when we make plans to do something kind of very different, right? It doesn't always work out the way we think we're going to, because we don't know what we don't know, right? And so I feel like that's what Spirit's kind of saying here. Like plans changed, but you made the right decision. You've created stability in your life and everything is working out well. So the things that you wanted to do, the things that were on the, I want to say bucket list of, having time, it's like, that's okay. It's all going to happen at the right time. And for whatever reason, it wasn't the right time. So I'm definitely feeling like divine timing is playing out for you. So anything that's going on right now that feels maybe overwhelming or underwhelming, maybe it feels a little stagnant. Maybe it feels a little slow. Like Spirit is really asking you to have patience to kind of get to what you're being called to do or be or have. It's like, it's okay. It's all working out. Just stay in surrender. Stay in the, I'm right where I am, where I need to be. And I can see, or I'm being compelled or propelled to go in this new direction. But I didn't know what I didn't know, right? I didn't know maybe what my insecurities were, or I didn't know where my blockages were that were kind of holding me back from being as exposed or out there as I was being called to be, right? But again, I'm just feeling like divine timing was coming into play. Aww. She's like, I get that completely. I should never have retired. Aww. But I think that it's coming. All right, so the next three cards. Yeah, look at this. So you got the Eight of Raphael, Eight of Raphael. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. And that's what it is. You're on a spiritual quest. And everybody's spiritual quest is different, Lori. Everybody's spiritual quest. Some people's spiritual quest is very quick. Everything happens really quick, right? But honestly, I think for the majority of everybody, myself included, who I've worked with, the spiritual quest is an unfolding. They show us one step, and then the next step is revealed. And as long as we keep taking the steps, we keep unfolding the journey, where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing, who we're supposed to be doing it with, right? And so that's what I feel like. I feel like you needed more of a quest, or your quest wasn't quite at the point you thought it was. But that Archangel Raphael's got you. So continue to do the healing that you need to do. Keep working with the green ray of healing, right? Because you're coming into balance, and that's what I'm feeling for you. You're working on balance. And so you didn't know what you didn't know. And I feel like a lot of what you didn't know is being revealed to you. And I feel like it's very internal. And so Archangel Raguel is coming in to help you balance the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you, releasing what needs to be released. I also feel like there might be some kind of financial balancing going on, right? So it's all good. And I truly feel like you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because this journey of taking one step at a time, right, is what's going to get you where you need to be in the safest possible way. Divine guidance, the search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teacher or friends. And this is what's going on. You're being divinely guided. Spirit has got your back. So when you got that inspiration to go back to work, it was divine guidance going, that's where you're supposed to be. Even though you were told or convinced, right, that at this point in your life, you should retire, you knew within you that that was not the right decision or right place to be. But I feel like this has also helped you to start to trust and act on the inner guidance more, so that as you move forward, you can do that regularly, and they're going to keep taking you on those steps, and those steps are going to start, the increments of those steps are going to start happening faster, is what it feels like. So I feel like this is all about your spiritual quest and getting you into the divine guidance through however that's going to work for you, whether it's, taking classes or meditating or all the above, right? Whatever you're being led to, reading the books, listening to the podcast, whatever it is that you're using to help you kind of get in tune with your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters. So yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. So anybody that maybe is coming at you with woulda, coulda, shoulda, or trying to convince you of something, I almost feel like telling them to take a step back. I got this. I know what I'm doing. And I feel like they're coming at you with good intention, right? It's from love. It's just that they don't understand that you have this journey that you need to be on that's going in a very specific way. And you've got it. You've got it. You know what the journey is. You know what the steps are. And the step you're on, and then the next step will be revealed. And so, and for people, our loved ones around us who don't understand that, it can be scary for them. And so they're pushing you, lovingly, but they're trying to push you into the box that's going to make them comfortable. And I feel like, Lori, you're beyond that. I think that's what I'm feeling that's going on with you. It's kind of helping the people around you who love you to get comfortable with change and the change that you're going to be making and the directions that you're going to be stepping into that makes them feel uncomfortable. And that's okay. We just have to keep going on our journey. So thank you for being here tonight. Awesome. Lots of prayers for you, honey. Awesome. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right. Where are we? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just trying to think what would be the best thing to do until we have somebody else pop on. I don't want to end the video yet. We're only 38 minutes in. I like to go for an hour. So with that being said, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right. Got any ideas? Has anybody got any ideas? Is there anything you want me to read on or talk about? I'll take suggestions. I can pull more cards for all of us collectively. I was actually kind of seeing if there was a deck calling me. I know what I'm going to do. I don't use this deck very much. This is the Romance Angels. It's a very old deck. I actually have, I think, like a knockoff deck. I don't have the full-size cards. I have this the smaller cards, which, okay, they're the same cards. But what I think I'm going to do, guys, is if you've been watching me for a while, and if you haven't, definitely check out my playlists. But I did a Twin Flame Energy update or reading, which for me was pretty kind of a new thing, and it went really well, and I probably will do more on it going forward now that I kind of understand the twin flame journey more, because I have come into connection with my twin flame. So before, I didn't really feel like I could read on it because I didn't really understand it, right? Totally get it now. Totally get it now. So with that being said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some romantic partner readings. So I'm going to do this, I think, as a pick a card. Okay. So let me shuffle these, and then we're going to do a pick a card. And then for those of you who maybe are watching on the replay or even here live, you know, if maybe you've got some questions about your, you know, your partner life, twin flame, soulmate, you know, single, partnered up, you know, we always have questions about love. It's just, we're here to have partnership. We're here to have love. And, you know, there's a lot of us, especially light workers, who struggle with partner and romantic love, because for many of us, we're kind of on a solitary journey for quite a while until we really clear the karmic debt and do the shadow work. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do 5. I was going to do 3, but I think I'm going to do 5. And as I say that, okay, we're going to do 6. I got 3 more. Spirit's just giving me cards tonight like nobody's business. Okay, I'm going to hold them up so you can choose. I'm going to hold them up very carefully because there's 6 of them. Here we go. All right, so here we go. So 1, and please put the number in the comments that you're being called to or drawn to. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So even if you're watching on the replay, please put the number you're drawn to in the comments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. All right. All right, here we go. I'm not even going to look at them until I turn them over. Oh, all right, Lori. Number 1, unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I feel like for those of you that were drawn to card number 1, you've been trying to sustain a relationship or a connection with someone who's emotionally unavailable. Or I feel like you're holding on to trying to get someone's attention that's not giving you their attention because, again, they're emotionally unavailable. So what I'm going to say with this card number 1 is if a person isn't pursuing you, if they're not making you a priority, that's your indication that they're not really interested. And so many people get into relationships with those who are emotionally unavailable because they make themselves so available, right? That the other person just, they keep showing up. I guess I'll dump in, right? And so you end up in this very unbalanced relationship because you thought that you could love them so hard that it would eventually be okay. And unfortunately, that's never going to work. So my advice to unrequited love is, if you feel a connection with someone and they're not feeling it with you, they're not pursuing you, they're not giving you time and attention, they're not valuing you, they're not respecting you, then it's not the right time. And if you are to have connection in this lifetime, it will come back around when it is the right time. But right now is not the right time. All right, so I hope that resonated. Thank you for being here. Card number 2, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. All right. So for those of you who are not in connection, or you're in a connection, but it's not progressing, right? Maybe the commitment's not being made. The proposal isn't coming. If you really feel like this is a supportive, respectful connection, then what I'm going to say is if you were drawn to card number 2, then divine timing is at play. Divine timing, unfortunately, is not human timing. It doesn't have anything to do with about what we want. It's about when the energies are lined up, right? And so there could be something going on with your partner that you have no idea about that they need to resolve within themselves. It could be a financial thing. Maybe they don't feel like they're financially stable enough to make the commitment, right? For others of you who haven't even met someone yet and you were drawn to card number 2, divine timing is sometimes it's not about you being ready. Like if you're really feeling like you're ready, but you're not meeting anybody, it's because that person that is for you is not ready. And sometimes we forget that. We forget that there's another person in the equation, right? And so I just hurt myself when I scratched myself. That was interesting. So sometimes we have to just keep doing what we're doing, keep having a full life, keep going out with your friends, keep, keeping yourself in balance, having joy in your life, loving your friends, loving your family. And when it's right, when that person's ready, they will show up. You don't have to go find them. You don't have to, scour the dating websites. You don't have to, go to every single event, right? When it's the right time, guys, Spirit's going to put them in your path. And the thing is, you're never going to miss what is truly for you. But we in our humanness get so afraid and scared that we're going to miss out that we actually block our blessing. So this is why it's important while you're in this divine timing zone, right? You're not waiting. You're still having a full life. You're still going out with your friends. You're still doing things with your family. You're still loving everybody hard, right? But you've got to control the fear of not meeting someone. You have to release that. You have to say, you know what? God has got this, or whoever you believe in has got this. And when it's right, they'll show up. And surrender. All right? So I hope that resonated. Thank you for being here. Card number 3. Hey, Kat. We're doing a pick a card for Romance Angels. 1 through 6. All right, card number 3. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So if you deep breath. If you chose card number 3, there's something about your romantic life that's out of control. And this is making me feel like you've got a lot of anxiety around relationship. You're afraid to be in a relationship. You're afraid not to be in a relationship. You're afraid of getting a relationship. You're afraid of not getting a relationship, whatever it is. You've got to let go of the anxiety. And this is when you start to learn to love yourself. Love yourself so hard that the right person's going to get drawn to you. Romantic love is not about finding anything. It's about allowing it in, drawing it to you. And so if you've got some anxiety around romantic love, partner or single, you've got to get into connection with yourself, and you've got to love yourself. Love all the parts of yourself. Love your physical self. Love the way you look, even if you've got pounds that need to come off, or you feel like, whatever it is. Your hair isn't, how you want it, or, you've got teeth that aren't perfect, whatever it is, right? You got to love yourself. You got to love everything about you, like what a good friend you are, how hardworking you are, how you look, even those parts of yourself that are damaged, right? So if you chose card number 3, there's something here about getting into connection with self-love. Truly, truly learning to love all the parts of yourself. Working with Archangel Ariel, getting into your higher heart, and just loving on yourself. healing that inner child, doing the things you enjoy, letting go of any criticism or judgment that's coming at you from people who, good intentions or ill, doesn't matter. It doesn't help. You've got to love yourself, all the parts of yourself. So card number 3 is about self-love. That's how you draw in romantic love. All right, we ready for card number 4? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So if you chose card number 4, there's something about your love life that is going to the next level. So for some of you, it's going into commitment, those of you that are partnered up. But those of you that are single, this is about divine timing coming in, that you're going to be meeting someone. I would say the next 30 days from whenever you see this video. So whether you see this on June 3rd or the week of June 3rd, 2025, or if you see it 6 months from now or a year from now, from the point that you see this video, it's going to be 30 days that you're going to be coming into contact with someone, or the relationship that you're in is going to go to a committed level. And for some of you, it might even be a disconnection. It might even be a situation where you just look at each other and you go, I don't want to go to the next level with you. This has run its course, or this isn't what I thought it was. Sometimes when relationships go to a committed level, it really forces the parties to look closely at the relationship and go, do I see us sustaining this for years to come, right? Or forever. So however this resonates, you're going to the next level, whatever that level is. All right. So partnership, commitment, or disconnection. All right. So I hope that resonated. Thank you for being here. And card number 5. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. This is so important because if you think about it, if you think about your past failed relationships, if you look at them, there was some kind of commonality, right? Whether it was, the hair color, the eye color, or how they treated you, their emotional makeup, their belief system, something was very similar. And that's why it never worked out with any of them, right? Because they all had that same foible. So it can be really hard when you've done the work or you've taken the time to heal yourself or release any negative attachment to the past relationship. You've forgiven, you've released. You're like, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to, I'm single and I want to mingle, right? But spirit will then bring you in a more compatible soulmate. But because you've healed, you've gotten out of the vibration of that old type, for want for a better word. And now the person coming in, they may look completely different or act completely different. And so you kind of dismiss them right away. Like, well, that's not anybody I'd be interested in. When in fact, they're exactly who you've been calling in. So it's going to be really, really important if you chose card number 5, when you're meeting people, to be very open-minded and allow yourself to get to know them in a friendship before you're moving on to relationship, because it's going to take you a minute to desensitize you from those old patterns, those old ideas. Right? They might have a really different job. They may be physically completely different, right? So you're like, am I really physically attracted to this person? I've never been with someone like this before, right? And I'm going to tell you, even if you're not physically attracted to them right off the bat, when you get to know them and you realize that you're so compatible and they're so on point to what you were really wanting, that physical attraction will be there. I promise you. I've had so many people get so scared that they're not going to be physically attracted to this person because it's not anybody like they've ever dated before. You got to give it a chance. You got to be open-minded. Spirit's not going to bring you same old, same old. If you're asking for the most compatible soulmate or someone that's more in alignment with what you want, you got to be open to receiving what Spirit brings, because they're bringing you what you want. But those old stories, those old patterns, those old ideas, you got to clear those out. All right, card number 5. So keep an open mind, because they're coming in or they're here. Are you overlooking someone currently in your life? All right. I agree, Lori. I agree. I'm actually loving giving these messages, because I've given these messages individually, but to hear them all together, hopefully it will help those of you that are struggling, to shift something within you so you can draw to you, allow in what is in your field that you may be blocking, myself included. Healing family issues, card number 6. Card number 6. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yep, it's time. It's time, guys. You got to forgive. You got to heal that inner child. When you're holding on to resentment and anger and abandonment, threat, woulda, coulda, shoulda, all of those lower frequencies, especially around your parents, it's really going to keep you from being able to draw to you the person that's going to be your person. You're going to end up drawing people that resonate with those frequencies that are not going to be beneficial, that could actually re-traumatize you in some way, because you're already holding on to trauma from your parents, whether it was emotional neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, all of it. Verbal abuse, abuse in any way, emotional, maybe they caused you to create a negative story about yourself that is not true, right? Sometimes inadvertently our parents give us ideas that they don't mean to, but it creates a story within us that holds us back, right? I'm not pretty enough, not thin enough, not smart enough. I'm too big, I'm too loud, I'm too bold. Whatever it is. We got to forgive it. If we really want to have a happy life, if we want to have a stable and balanced relationship, in partnership, in romantic love, we got to forgive the old stuff. We got to let it go. And it can be really hard. It can be really hard. Are you someone with what they call daddy issues? Are you someone with mommy issues, right? That's what this is. You got to forgive those issues. Maybe they were the alcoholic parent. Maybe they were the narcissistic parent. Maybe they were the neglectful parent, the abandoned parent. It's time to let it go. Release it. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve it. You deserve to let it go so you can move on and have happiness and your most compatible soulmate. Because I really feel many, many, many people in these energies for the next several years are going to be coming into relationship, especially those of you who have been single for a minute. You're going to have opportunity to come into relationship. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? And I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to do. Just really take a real look at, because again, we can't change anybody else, but we can change ourselves, right? Are we in balance? Are we harboring hate? Are we harboring resentment? Are we harboring abandonment? Are we harboring woulda, coulda, shoulda? Are we harboring powerlessness, unworthiness, victimization? That's not going to get us the relationships we truly want. So in the meantime, we can work on those things. And then when we get the opportunity, we're in balance. We're in more balance. But I do feel like things are coming together where love is concerned, where romantic love is concerned. As we raise the frequency on the planet, more people are going to be coming into alignment with each other. And that's honestly why for a lot of us, for many, many years, we were single, male or female. We were not in alignment with the right people because we were doing our work. We were raising our frequency. And the people that will align with us, they were doing the same thing. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your night. And next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m., I will be in the Ruckus Room taking live calls. It will be our second attempt to do a live show, but we've got all the bugs worked out. I couldn't hear the callers last time we went live. Christy could hear them, but I couldn't hear. No, they couldn't hear me respond. That's what it was. I could hear their question. They could not hear my response. So that was really unhelpful. So all the kinks are worked out. So hopefully we'll get a regular time slot so you guys can mark that on your calendars. But I will continue to be here Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. If you've not caught the first part of this video, I did do a weekly read. And yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. You're welcome. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll talk soon.